Hey everyone, today I want to talk about being a thorn in the side of an attacking team. And what does this mean? This means that you are essentially somebody that is causing the enemy team to have to watch multiple fronts. That you are a self-sustained hero, somebody that can kind of take care of themselves, somebody that either has a great amount of mobility to escape enemies trying to corner them or take them out, or somebody that has the threat of a one-shot kill. And so enemies tend to be pretty afraid of taking them on, and especially in close quarters. These are heroes like Roadhog and McCree that just have this fear of the instant kill one-shot, that they're capable of delivering this combo of damage that essentially doesn't allow an enemy team, an enemy hero to deal with that amount of damage that quickly. Unless they're a particular counter, if you use your space to your advantage, especially in close quarters with Roadhog and McCree, you're really not allowing the enemy to get the advantage, the upper hand on you. And so what are you effectively doing? You're forcing resources away from the front. You're forcing them to have to deal with you, to turn and handle your problem that you're causing them from away from the main push, the main front line. Other heroes that are capable of doing this is a Widowmaker and a Hanzo that have managed to get behind enemy lines and are putting sustained fire on them from behind. Both these heroes also have a great amount of mobility, vertical mobility, that allows them to get into these perches that really force time away from the enemy team. That the enemy team has to spend time dealing with you. If they send one person and that person ends up getting killed multiple times, or that person ends up having to chase you around the level, that person's taken away from the front. If they have to send multiple people to deal with you, then that requires a certain amount of resources, and it allows your team to gain the advantage on the front line. Sometimes it's funny enough, you find yourself in this role by accident, that the front line has passed you by, that you've managed to go get a health pack and you seem to be away from the combat to a certain extent. If you find yourself in this position, don't panic. Use it to your advantage. Get set up in an area that you know that you can handle people trying to come at you from different sides, and start taking pot shots at them, or start chipping them away. With Roadhog, pull one away every once in a while and take one out. They're going to get frustrated at this. They're going to have to start trying to chase you down, and in close quarters, Roadhog may have the advantage, especially in a lot of one-on-one fights. McCree as well. Start taking those long-range single bullet pot shots. If they get in close, stun them and fan the hammer. Also, when it comes to Hanzo and Widowmaker in this particular role, if you do start getting chased, if they do start having to dedicate resources to you, don't be afraid to run around. Don't be afraid to stay alive behind enemy lines and essentially keep trying to draw people away. Even if this means you lose one of them, you know he's still chasing you, but you lose one of them, take another pot shot at somebody else, maybe peel somebody else away from the front. This is a tactic that really is something that you stumble into as you start playing the game more and more, but you start to realize that it's an effective tactic because new players to the game in particular will see the damage indicator and immediately think that they have to go fight that fight, even if it means not playing the objective. One thing that's important to know about this particular tactic is it's kind of a win more tactic. The fact that your team already has to be holding some sort of a defensive line. You have to be at least giving them a hard time on the front lines as is in order to get to that position and start peeling people away from it. But keep in mind, this game is really about timing ultimates and getting strong, solid team wipe pushes. That is really, especially on the last control point or the last area of a payload map, is that the respawn for the defending team is so close, it really requires a 3 or 4 team wipe, a 3 or 4 team kill in a solid front to do that last little bit to finish off an objective. By playing this thorn in the side distraction role, you're essentially not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're not allowing them to time their ultimates and do that final push because you're not, first of all, you're not part of the main defensive line, so you can't get caught up in an ultimate cycle push. But also, if you're keeping their numbers staggered, then you're not allowing them to combo ultimates. You're not allowing them to make a solid frontline push together, you're staggering their respawn time. I essentially look at the Thorn in the side role on defense very similar to how I do harassing with flankers on attack, that you're not there to play the front lines, you're not there to cause the team wipe, you're there to be a disruption. You're there to be the hero that doesn't allow the enemy team to get enough momentum to cause a team wipe. That you don't allow them to accrue enough resources in order to make that final push, that final punch through that they need. As always, I hope you guys found this useful. Good luck out there causing a thorn in the enemy team's sides, and I'll see you in game.